The three pieces of advice would be, first of all, be courageous enough to go your own path, even if it means everybody else is going in a different direction and you're all by yourself, but you have to follow whatever feels right for you, because it's worth it in the end. The second thing would be that don't worry, everything will work out in the end. It's always going to be fine in the end. And the third piece of advice would be that be kind and try to connect as much as possible to the people you meet. Because most probably somebody you have met 5 years ago, he all of a sudden appears again in your life, or a friend of him appears in your life right now. So you never know when you're going to see the people again, and you're going to see them again. That's my experience. On my business card, it says my name, Karin Gabriel, and Senior Project Manager and Division Manager. The coolest thing about my job, first of all, is the corporate culture, because it's a very young and dynamic team from people all over the world. What I like about my role as such, especially with regards to conferences, is the level of creativity, that the fact that you have an idea in your mind of how the summit looks like, and then you get the speakers who bring this idea alive. And then at the end of the summit, when you take a look at the pictures, it's really cool to see that what was in your head before, just an imagination, became reality. So that's really great. The biggest challenge for me in the beginning was the fact that I had to pick up the phone and call C-level executives and ask them, okay, what do you want? What are your challenges? It really, takes some guts to call them, and you also have to be resilient, because you get pushed off the phone quite a lot, because sometimes they don't want to talk to you. So you kind of have to learn not to take it personal. And it would be great if, because we speak a lot on the phone, instead we could have more face-to-face meetings, because it's easier to establish a personal relationship this way. Our company is a business information company, so we bring together potential buyers and sellers, especially companies that want to expand to emerging markets like the Middle East. My role, I actually have two positions. So in my first role as division manager, I'm responsible for our MIH Professional Training Academy, which organizes different in-house and public training courses. So I'm the one who is speaking to potential clients to understand what are the trainings needs they have, and then try to find the perfect trainer, and then we market and sell it. And in my role as project manager, I'm currently handling two events, conferences. One is a CFO summit in October, and another one is a joint venture investment summit in Kuwait, where we again bring together CFOs or investment managers and companies that are looking to expand in the Middle East. Right now, I finished most of our trainings, so I'm focusing on the summits I have at the end of the year, which means I'm speaking mainly to potential vendors who are going to attend and sponsor the summits, delegates to understand the topics they're interested in. Following this, I'm going to create the agenda, and then my colleagues start to market and sell it. And during this process, I'm acquiring speakers who then basically talk about their expertise in these respective topics, and I'm basically handling the project. On-site, I'm kind of I sometimes feel I'm a little bit like a kindergarten teacher, because you have to make sure that everybody knows where things are, where the restroom is, where the prayer room is, where the ballroom is, when do the sessions start, where they can get food, how do they have to register, when they have to be on site. But it's a lot of fun, so I like that. I studied business administration at the Johannes Kepler University in Linz in Austria. At the end of my studies, I joined ISEC, the biggest student organization worldwide. I was elected in the national board as the first vice president communications. Was working with really cool teammates from all over the world, from Kenya, from Romania, from Hungary. So that was really exciting. Then I started as an intern at Microsoft. In Vienna. I was part of a team that launched the Windows Phone in Austria. So that was exciting to see how you enter a market that is so strongly competitive, especially with you being a newbie in this market. And then I finally gave in my longing, which I had for a long time, and I decided to go abroad. So I stopped my work at Microsoft. I was then unemployed for a few months because I was looking for a job abroad. And then I wanted to go to Hong Kong or Singapore, Shanghai, all those fancy places. I ended up in Bangalore, India, so different than expected. And I started at Nasdaq there. And it was an amazing experience. I do not regret it at all. My company then decided after 6 months that they want to move our production team to Dubai. So I got shifted to Dubai, and now I'm here in Dubai. Definitely somebody with a different background can do my job. I think what you have to bring is a sense of curiosity, because you have to speak to a lot of people and you have to understand what are their needs, and you have to have this willingness to really listen and dig deep so that they share with you what they really want. You also have to be flexible and creative, because after all you have to come up with new trainings, agendas, and find new angles to existing products. And I think you also have to be okay with speaking to C-level executives, not being too shy in approaching CFOs and calling them up, which I was struggling a bit in the beginning, but now it's getting better, so that's good.